How's it going, guys? Necromancer Noob. I wanted to give my first thoughts and opinions on Path of Exile 2 after playing it for just a few hours. And I just want to say, wow, this game is amazing. Now, I'm not a diehard Diablo fan, but I have played Diablo 4 pretty regularly the past few seasons. This isn't going to be like a hate fest on Diablo, but I'll just say I'm a pretty simple dude, right? I know Diablo needs a lot of work, but I was pretty content with playing it throughout the seasons. But playing this for just a few hours alone made me realize how much I've been missing out. And not even missing out, it just makes me realize how, I guess, content I was with playing something maybe mediocre or just okay, opposed to something which is great. I know most of the Game of the Year talk is over, but could this be a runner-up even though it's just a beta? I really feel like this is something else. This is a game that is really going to change the tide of how we see ARPGs as we know them. Right off the bat, it looks great. It feels great. In terms of combat, even though it's like an ARPG, normally if it's top-down view, I feel like you don't really feel a lot of the attacks you're throwing out. Maybe you play a heavy class character and you don't really feel like you're throwing heavy hits. Like, yeah, you do heavy damage and stuff like that. You do melee, but in this game, I truly feel like I'm actually feeling the weapons, if that makes sense. Like watching the warrior throw down those heavy mace swings, doing the monk with the quarterstaff, doing some crazy combos with that. Even me running the witch and kind of doing a necromancer build with the minions. Even the wand, just throwing the wand spells out just feels good. It feels really good. I'm a big fan of it. And not to mention, there's a lot of things it just does better opposed to Diablo that I have just come to realize I've been missing out on. That being said, the whole cons and pros and differences between this and Diablo 4, that's for a different video. I just want to give my 2 cents on how I feel about just this overall first experience, and I think I'm in for a treat. I think we're in for a treat. If you haven't played a game like this before, I highly recommend giving this a try. Yes, there is a learning curve. Yes, it is going to be unforgiving at times, but I think the reward is there. The experience is there. I think it's going to be a grand time for a lot of people, and I just can't wait to see where we go from this. Now, even before this came out, and sometimes when a game has so much hype around it, I just don't want to believe it. I almost just want to hate the game before it comes out. I even tried playing Path of Exile just to get a grasp of the game, or at least get an idea of it. And let me tell you, I play on console. I could not play Path of Exile for even like 30 minutes. It was pretty not optimized for console. I'll put it at that. So I didn't have the highest hopes when I was hearing stuff about it, but the hype is completely warranted, and it's for good reason. Now, if you're one of the people that are worried about trying this game because you hear it's way too complex and there's too much to learn, you spend 1,000 hours in this game and you're still a novice, I feel like they've done a really good job optimizing this game for even newer players, right? There's a lot of tutorials that are in-depth. They really try to teach you how they do things. One of the best things is if you go to your skill tree and the gems and all that stuff, they have videos with actual dialogue and audio that will be explaining what each skill does and how it affects your class, which is just, I don't know why that wasn't implemented in games to begin with like this. Another great thing is there's even a search tab to look up keywords for every single thing that is in the description of an item or a skill, you name it. And it is very well optimized. I give them props for that. That is one of my favorite things about it so far. And if worse comes to worse, you're still confused, there are some very knowledgeable fans and players in the community that are, I'm sure, are going to make videos, that are going to make walkthroughs, that are going to make build guides, and are really going to show you guys the ropes on how to learn this game and how to get a good experience out of it. So far, I really like the weapons. I really like the feel of the game. The graphics look great. I am also just a big fan of the customization so far. For a minion kind of snob like me who's done that basically every season in Diablo, the options are just a night and day difference between what was offered in Diablo 4 to what is offered in Path of Exile 2. But anyways, that's my initial thought so far playing Path of Exile 2. I can't wait to get back on it later tonight when I get off work and for the rest of the week. But anyways, leave a comment down below what you think so far about everything, what you like, what you dislike, what you want to see in the future. I'm excited what they got in store for us to see the next acts and the chapters of the story. And yeah, I will see you guys in future videos. Bye-bye.